All right, RCW fans, let's dive right into the aftermath of Summer Bash. Man, what a night. New champions, shocking moments, rivalries reignited. I mean, just wow.
Yeah, Summer Bash did not disappoint, that's for sure.
So much to unpack. Where do we even begin?
Hmm.
Let's start with that U.S. Championship match. Sebastian Wolf versus Samuel Parker. 2 out of 3 falls. I mean, talk about intensity.
Yeah, right off the bat, you knew this one was going to be tough.
Definitely these two have a history, but Parker's mind game is leading up to it.
Stealing Sebastian's belt, the whole attack on his friend.
It felt personal this time.
Yeah, like Parker was getting desperate.
And then Sebastian breaking that no-touch contract, giving Parker the power to choose the stipulation.
The 2 out of 3 falls.
You could tell Parker thought he had it in the bag, right? All that bragging about stamina wearing Sebastian down.
Yeah, and it backfired big time.
Sebastian came out swinging, man.
Oh yeah, man on a mission.
That first fall, Claymore kick, boom, hunting call. It was over just like that.
Brutal combo, though, no doubt.
You could feel the anger in every move.
All those weeks of Parker getting in his head.
It all came pouring out.
And Parker, he just couldn't recover.
Second fall, same story. Sebastian, just relentless.
Remember Parker calling himself the undisputed future?
Yeah, well, Sebastian showed him the present.
Gave him a reality check for sure.
I don't think Parker's ego will ever be the same.
Maybe not his body either.
Speaking of egos, we got to talk about Deshaun Williams going into that championship match. Against King, I mean, his confidence was off the charts.
Through the roof.
All that trash talk, you think it backfired?
I think it played a role, for sure.
King seems to thrive under pressure.
Absolutely.
Deshaun's disrespect just fueled him.
Pushed him to another level.
Got to give Deshaun credit, though. He put up a good fight.
Yeah, it was a wild match.
That knee strike to King's face, ouch.
No, Holtz Bard really brought out the brutality.
It felt like King was on the ropes for a bit there.
Oh yeah, some close calls for sure.
But then, out of nowhere, boom, another King lariat for the win.
King silenced Deshaun once and for all.
Retained his championship.
And sent a message to the whole RCW roster.
What do you think? Did this loss humble Deshaun at all?
It's hard to say with him.
Or will it just fuel his fire even more?
Only time will tell.
Okay, let's move on to a rivalry that's been brewing for a while now. Ashley Angel and Rebecca Welsh. This was a rematch, right?
Yes. Ashley looking for revenge after that loss earlier this year.
And this time, a submission match.
Which really changes the game.
Up the stakes for sure.
Definitely both of them had to adapt their strategies.
Ashley known for those arm submissions.
Right. The angel's wings.
Rebecca targeting the legs.
That Irish sharpshooter.
It was a clash of styles for sure.
Back and forth, countering each other's moves.
Remember that near countout?
Oh yeah, Rebecca almost had her there.
Exploiting those rules.
Showing that championship experience.
For Ashley, she wouldn't give up.
So much resilience.
And then, bam, a flying knee strike from the top rope.
Whoa, we don't see that from her very often.
Totally unexpected.
It shifted the momentum.
And then she locked in the Angel's wings.
Not the depot!
We have a new women's world champion.
What a performance.
So much emotion in that win.
Definitely wasn't just about the title.
It was about proving herself.
Absolutely, what a story.
What do you think this win means for Ashley going forward?
I think she's just getting started.
Can she hold on to that title?
She's got the skill, the heart.
But you know, Rebecca's not one to back down.
Oh yeah, she'll be back.
This rivalry is far from over.
Agreed.
Okay, before we move on, we got to talk about the Women's Heritage Championship match. Marcella, the veteran champion,
Years of experience.
up against Linda Bishop.
The powerhouse Ricky.
Linda really made a statement in that #1 contenders battle royale.
That was impressive.
I was curious to see how she'd handle Marcella.
Marcella's got that technical prowess.
It was a tough matchup for sure.
Right out of the gate, intense, striking exchanges.
Linda almost landed the Bishop way,
That spinning kick is devastating.
but Marcella just barely dodged it.
So agile.
But she's always one step ahead.
Years of experience paying off.
Then she takes the fight outside
Smart move, neutralizing Linda's size advantage.
and hits her with a dream over,
Oof, that one's gotta hurt.
turning the tide of the match.
Back in the ring.
Marcella finishes it off with that double knee strike from the top rope.
Classic Marcella.
She showed everyone why she's still the champion.
Dominant performance.
Linda put up a good fight, though.
Yeah, she's got a lot of potential.
This was her first championship match.
Gotta learn from this experience.
She can work on those counter moves.
And her ring awareness.
She could be a real threat down the line.
Definitely one to watch.
All right, let's talk about that World Heavyweight Championship #1 contenders match. Eddie Butcher, the powerhouse,
All about strength.
versus Brody Wade, the self-proclaimed anarchist.
The wild card.
What a clash of styles.
Talk about a recipe for chaos.
Eddie bringing the power.
Brody with his cunning and striking ability.
We all knew Brody wasn't afraid to bend the rules.
Oh yeah, that anarchist persona.
But even with Brody's tactics, Eddie held his own.
He was resilient.
He even kicked out of Brody's finisher. The anarchy reigns.
For those who don't know.
Brutal combination knee strike, modified DDT.
Devastating.
Eddie kicking out of that was impressive.
Showed his strength.
But then Brody took it too far.
Yeah.
I still can't believe he ripped the top turnbuckle pad off.
Come on, bro.
The low blow, literally.
It's so unnecessary.
And then while the ref was distracted trying to fix the turnbuckle,
Oh no.
Brody Bam knocks Eddie out with a pair of brass knuckles.
Seriously.
Are you kidding me?
Such a cheap shot.
I mean, talk about a controversial ending.
It leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Is this really how we want to determine a #1 contender?
It raises some questions for sure.
What do you think? Did Brody cross the line?
I think a lot of fans would say yes.
We want to hear from you. Let us know your thoughts.
Is Brody a savvy competitor or a disgrace to the sport?
We'll be right back with more from Summer Bash Fallout.
It's definitely got people talking, that's for sure.
Some are saying Brody's just playing the game, you know,
Savvy competitor.
but others are calling him out.
Yeah, a disgrace to the sport.
Honestly, it's hard to feel good about a win like that.
It tarnishes it a bit.
But maybe that's Brody's whole point, right?
Yeah.
The anarchist thing,
Yes.
he wants to shake things up.
Disrupt the status quo.
And let's be real, sometimes that can be entertaining.
You gotta admit, it keeps things interesting.
It'll be interesting to see how King reacts.
Oh, yeah. How do you face a guy like that?
King's all about honor and respect in the ring.
Right, the complete opposite of Brody.
Brody's tactics might just push him over the edge.
Could bring out a side of King we haven't seen before.
Ooh, that's a scary thought.
Speaking of scary...
Let's talk about Sebastian Wolf.
Oh, yeah. That win over Samuel Parker.
2 falls to 0 statement made.
No doubt about it.
It felt like he was exercising some demons out there,
All those weeks of Parker's taunts.
saying he was the superior wrestler.
The undisputed future.
Sebastian shut him down.
Put him in his place.
You could see it in his eyes.
Determined focus.
It was like he was saying, enough is enough.
Let's settle this in the ring.
And he did.
Convincingly.
What a performance.
Think about what this means for Sebastian going forward.
He's always been a top contender.
But now there's a new level of confidence. You think he's ready for a shot at the World Heavyweight title?
I wouldn't be surprised to see him challenging King soon.
That would be a match for the ages.
King, the veteran champion?
Sebastian, the hungry up-and-comer.
Oh, man. I can already picture it.
The clash of styles, the intensity.
But let's not forget about Eddie Butcher.
Oh, yeah, after that loss to Brody.
Rio, he's got to be fuming.
Wants a rematch for sure.
To prove he can beat Brody fair and square.
To get that opportunity back.
He deserves another shot.
I think the fans would agree.
And who knows, maybe this is the start of something bigger. Eddie versus Brody for the title down the line.
I like it.
The possibilities are endless.
That's what keeps us coming back.
Okay, speaking of rivalries, let's go back to Ashley Angel and Rebecca Welsh.
Oh, yeah, that submission match.
Ashley pulling off the win.
Becoming the new women's world champion.
What a moment.
Inspiring.
To think she went from losing to Rebecca
Earlier this year.
to now holding the championship.
It's a testament to her dedication.
To her perseverance.
She didn't let that loss define her.
Came back stronger
Or determined.
and proved she belongs at the top.
Absolutely.
And in a submission match, no less.
Which, as we said, really plays to Rebecca's strengths.
But Ashley adapted.
She always does.
Outsmarted her opponent.
That flying knee strike was brilliant.
Talk about a game changer.
It showed she's willing to take risks.
To push her limits.
That's what champions do.
What about Rebecca, though?
The former champ.
She's not going to take this line
Oh,
down.
no, she's got that fire.
You think she'll demand a rematch?
I'd put money on it.
Can she reclaim the title?
She's done it before.
Or is this the start of a new era for the women's division?
Exciting times.
I have a feeling this rivalry is far from over.
Agreed.
And let's not forget about Linda Bishop.
Oh, yeah. She may not have won the Women's Heritage Championship.
But she made a statement.
That woman is a force.
A powerhouse.
Just needs a bit more experience.
A little more finesse.
And she'll be a champion for sure.
I think we can all agree.
The women's division is on fire.
So much talent, so much potential.
It's only going to get better.
Okay, let's rewind back to the main event. King versus Deshaun Williams.
The clash of personalities.
The trash talk leading up to it was epic.
Deshawn was relentless.
Trying to get in King's head.
And you could tell it was working.
King was focused.
But there was an edge there.
He wanted to shut Deshawn up.
Once and for all.
And that no-holds-barred stipulation.
Perfect for settling the score.
Unleash their aggression.
No rules holding them back.
That knee strike from Deshawn.
Busted King open.
It was brutal.
A turning point for sure.
But King wouldn't quit.
That's what makes him a champion.
He weathered the storm. Found another gear.
And delivered that final King Lariat.
Shut Deshawn down.
Retained his championship.
Experience and resilience win again.
What do you think? Can Deshawn learn from this loss?
He's got the talent.
But can he control that ego?
That's the question.
If he can learn to channel that energy,
into strategy and discipline?
he could be a real threat.
Absolutely.
But for now, King remains on top.
The king of RCW.
So the big question is, who's next for King?
Who can dethrone the champ?
We've got some interesting possibilities.
Sebastian Wolf's on a roll.
And what about Eddie Butcher if he gets that rematch with Brody?
Can't count him out.
And there are other rising stars in RCW.
Hungry for their shot.
This is what makes RCW so great.
The unpredictability.
The drama.
The constant evolution.
Summer Bash was just the beginning.
The real game starts now.
Summer Bash really had me thinking, man, about the future of RCW.
Oh, yeah.
We saw some legends solidify their place.
Absolutely.
But then some incredible new talent emerging.
So much potential. It feels like we're on the cusp of something big.
Yeah, a new era.
Speaking of big.
Yeah.
Brody Wade, that win over Eddie Butcher,
Yeah.
left a lot of people scratching their heads.
Definitely controversial.
But what if it was all part of his plan?
What do you mean?
Brody's whole thing is chaos, right?
Yeah. Disruption.
Maybe this was his way of sending a message
To Eddie.
to everyone.
I see what you're saying.
Like he's saying, I don't play by your rules.
I make my own rules.
Exactly. And that makes him dangerous.
Oh, yeah. Unpredictable.
Even for someone like King.
King's a veteran, but...
Brody's a different beast.
A wild card.
Can King handle Brody's mind games?
That's the question, isn't it?
King's faced some tough opponents.
The best of the best.
But Brody's something else.
He's going to test King.
Mentally and physically.
It's going to be a clash of philosophies.
Honor versus chaos.
Can't wait to see how this plays out.
What will King's strategy be?
Does he try to outsmart Brody?
Or fight fire with fire?
I have no idea.
Me neither. And that's what makes it so exciting.
It's the unpredictability.
All right, let's shift gears to the women's division. Ashley Angel, new women's world champion.
What a victory.
She's got a target on her back now.
Everyone's gunning for her.
Can she handle the pressure?
She's still relatively new to the championship scene.
This is a whole new level.
But after that performance against Rebecca,
I think she's ready.
she's got the heart of a champion.
Remember those close calls?
Oh, yeah, Rebecca almost had her.
But Ashley never gave up.
She fought back, found a way to win.
That's what champions do.
And let's not forget,
She beat Rebecca in a submission match.
Rebecca's specialty.
That's a huge statement.
It shows she's not afraid of anyone.
And this is just the beginning.
She's got so much potential.
Can't wait to see what she does next.
Who will she face?
How will she evolve her style?
Exciting times for the women's division.
Speaking of exciting, Linda Bishop.
Didn't win the Women's Heritage Championship, but...
She made an impact.
Oh, yeah, that woman is a force.
Just needs a little more experience,
A little more polish.
and she'll be unstoppable.
Definitely one to watch.
So much talent in the women's division.
It's incredible.
And that's what makes RCW so great.
The blend of veterans and rising stars.
The unpredictable storylines.
The drama.
Summer Bash was just a taste.
The best is yet to come.
Keep those predictions coming.
Let us know your thoughts.
Join the conversation online.
And get ready for the next chapter of RCW.
It's going to be wild.